Hello, thanks for coming. So, yesterday I talked about Flower Garland Sutra or Flower Garland Buddhism. So, in Chinese, we say Hua Yan. So, this all in one in all realization from Flower Garland Buddhism or Sutra is the ultimate realization. So, I want to talk a bit more today. So, the highest teaching of Buddhism, of Buddha, is non-duality. The split between object and subject. Object is everything you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and think. Subject is you, the pure awareness. The split between subject and object disappears. There's a union. It's the final ultimate wisdom from Buddha's teaching and also from other lineage or tradition. From this Flower Garland Sutra or Buddhism, we can see that they use different terms. All in one in all. Sometimes we translate it to all in many, many in one, and one in many. It's a holographic way of looking or experience or realization, a holistic way of living. That everything, every people is interdepending and interpenetrating. All the forces, matters, informations are interdepending and interpenetrating. So that's all in one in all. This is the wisdom. So to understand it may be easy for you. I remember like 20 years ago, I heard about this word, all in one in all. Or the whole world is one, the whole universe is one. But I cannot understand it. Then maybe years later, oh, that's interesting. I try to understand it. And then maybe I understand it a little bit. Now I totally understand it. And sometime, I mean, it becomes my realization or like everyday life. Why I'm saying this? Because it takes steps to really experience the ultimate truth, non-duality. There are steps. First, maybe you heard about this, you try to understand it, but you fail to understand it. Then you read it again, you understand it a bit, then you meditate, you understand more. Then you meditate more, and gradually, you can apply the ultimate truth into your everyday life. That's union, right? It's a yoga. So you become a real yogi. Years ago, yogi sounds very mystical to me. Wow, yogi. In the caves, in the mountains, far away from civilization. Now I will say I'm a yogi. I mean, once you understand the true meaning of yogi, actually everyone is a yogi. So let's maybe go direct to this 6 techniques of observation from this Flower Garland Sutra. Basically, awakening have two, can simplify into 2 words, Chinese characters. Whole spiritual awakening, okay, can simplify into 2 words. In Sanskrit, it's shamatha and vipassana. Shamatha vipassana, 止观. Shamatha means meditation, mindfulness, one-pointed concentration, basically slowing down your monkey mind. Have the ability to observe the truth, the nature of mind, the patterns of thoughts, behaviors, the cause and effect of every phenomena world. That's shamatha. Then you have vipassana, which is based on shamatha. Once you can slow down monkey mind, you have time, you have ability to observe. That's why I'm talking about these 6 techniques of observation from this Flower Garland Sutra or Hua Yan school of Buddhism. It's related. Then from this observation, you may understand non-duality, emptiness, impermanence, non-self, the relative teachings and the absolute teachings of Buddha. It's like you become a scientist, study any object, study atom, molecule, subatomical particles, sorry, proton, electron, quarks, and so on. You have to investigate your time and energy to study. In the same way, you have to observe what's going on outside and inside. But unfortunately, there's only Chinese version of these 6 observation techniques. If you understand Chinese, so I will paste Chinese version here. It's these 6 techniques is from the 3rd patriarch of Hua Yan school or Flower Garland school, Master Fa Zhang, or Master Fa Zhang, 贤手国师. So Master have 2 different names. That's Fa Zhang or 贤手, 3rd patriarch. I talked about it yesterday, right? So around Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907. So Tang Dynasty is the prosperous dynasty in China, very powerful dynasty where Buddhism flourished. That's why this master Xianshou wrote a commentary over Flower Garland Sutra, which has around 700,000 Chinese characters. 700,000. That's a lot. So it's a very big sutra comparing to Hua Sutra, the Diamond Sutra. Hua Sutra only 260 words, and the Diamond Sutra 5,000 words. So it's more easier. It's more easy or easier for us to read, right? Especially when you cannot understand the contents. If you read a big book, you may give up in the middle of the reading because you cannot understand. You're not awakened yet. So this master Xianshou was so kind and wise to write commentary over this 700,000 words HuaYan Sutra, made it a very concise commentary. It's only maybe hundreds words, and I try to take this 6 techniques observation from this concise commentary, which benefited me or beneficial to me a lot. Okay, so I will go on one by one. See if I can. So I paste here in Chinese. So meditation again, 2 parts. First, slowing down the monkey mind. Let's have a little practice. Just sit quietly doing nothing for 1 minute. Okay, that's more than 1 minute. Anyway, you may notice, oh, there's so many incoming thoughts. When I say incoming, it's like you're watching them coming, right? The awareness is aware of thoughts arising or coming from the mind, in the mind. But actually, you can say it's outputs of your mind or outcoming. So it depends how you see it. It's like bubbles arise in the ocean. It's outcoming or outputs of your mind. Basically, something related to yesterday, future, and present moment. If we divided the thoughts into different time zones, right? Either past or present or future. But anyway, this three time zone, past, present, future, actually it only happens in the now, right? It can only happen in the now. Our mind may go to yesterday, but yesterday is being perceived now. So it's like a psychological clock. But in the real time, in reality, there's only now. Do you agree? So as a meditator, you may notice this. Everything can only happen in the present moment. But in my mind, we have a psychological clock. Yesterday, 10 years ago, and it can go further, or present, tomorrow, you can go 5 years later. But it's a psychological mental activity. It's a clock in your mind. No matter you remember something or recall something in the past or try to plan something in the future, it always happens in the now. You are thinking now. You are observing it now. Make sense? So as a meditator, you may think or perceive in a different way in terms of time. Everything, every situation, every event can only happen in now. Or I will say the big now, the greater now, the eternal now. So back to the silent sitting, you may notice that lots of thoughts incoming or outgoing or incoming, right? So this is critical. We have to slow down the mind, slow down the thinking, to have a gap between each thoughts. Then you have that observation gap or time. You see, space and time is here, is in the gap of each thought. Each thought. Can you find that gap? So once you can observe there's a gap between your thoughts, then you can observe them. Why? Once you can observe your mental activities, then you may have a better understanding and managing over everything outside of you and inside of you. Why? Why I'm saying this? Once you can understanding your thoughts, your mental activities. When I say mental activities, it's including inner image, monologue, dialogue, or thoughts, memory, planning, like everything. Now, can you observe your mental activities? It's so subtle. You have really pay attention. Pay attention to your mind. At this moment, at this place, in this case, can anybody help you? If you don't pay attention to your mind, to your mental activities, can anyone help you? Can your partner help you? Your parents? Your best friend? No one can really help you here. So meditation is your own business. Awakening is your own business. No one can really help you. If you don't do it, let's say do it, or meditate by yourself, no one can help you to awaken. It's totally, absolutely our own business. No one else. I'm here to point you. Okay, I'm a guide. I'm a guide in the domain of awakening to wake you up. And the highest healing, the highest happiness, the highest wealth, the highest health is to awaken. The highest success is to awaken. When I say highest, I'm not denying the secondary health, wealth, success, and self-accomplishment. I'm not denying that, okay? But if you don't have this highest understanding there, it's a pity. Okay. Meditation has a couple of steps. First step, slow down the monkey mind. Why? to have that gap or space and time between each thought to observe. You can observe your mental activity now. That's very, very, very important. That's why I'm talking about these 6 observation techniques today. Back to my first, my question 2 minutes ago. Why, once you can observe your mind, then basically you can understand and manage everything outside of you and inside of you. Why I'm saying this? I repeat. Do you follow? What I'm saying is, once you can observe your mind, the mental activities, it gives you power to manage your whole life, outside of you and inside of you. Why I'm saying this? Because your mind is closely related to people, situation, event, memory, trauma, to everything in front of you. Basically inputs from your 5 senses. That's what I'm saying. Everything outside, right? Your mind has very close relation with the inputs of 5 sensory organs. Basically, it means if I use the time, it's now, because 5 sensory organs only function in the present moment. Make sense? Only mind play tricks in terms of past and future. Mind can work or function in the present moment now too. In the present moment too. That's why I'm saying the mind, the 6th sense is more complicated. Our mind is so complicated. First of all, he can put labels or judge the inputs from your 5 sensory organs, of just say 5 senses. Our mind can label, can judge, can calculate, can reason, can analyze all the inputs from 5 senses in the present moment. That's part 1. Part 2, our mind can also trace back to the past, yesterday, last week, last month, 5 years ago. Our mind can trace back to the past and go to the future. That's why I say the psychological clock. Make sense? So, past, future, which our 5 senses don't have this function, okay? Out of 5 senses, only living in the present moment. Make sense to you? Can you smell something 5 years ago? I mean, a fragrance? No way, right? You can only see or smell something. I mean, see, hear, smell, touch, and taste at the present moment, now. But our mind can remember a fragrance yesterday. Maybe you went to smell a rose. I mean, or smell a fragrance of your lotion yesterday. You can recall that memory. That's how memory works, right? Why am I saying this? Again, if you can watch your mind, observe your mind, you're observing everything outside and inside. That's why observe the mind or mental activities is critical in the spiritual awakening. Sorry, I'm just a little bit thirsty here. If you have this power of observation over the mind or mental activities, any inner image, monologue, dialogue, memories, calculations, wishes, hopes, dreams, desires, then you are observe the whole thing. I mean, we talk about this one in all and all in one, right? So once you can observe your mind, which is related to everything else, all in one, you see, then you basically try to understand everything at the present moment. You're studying the whole universe by studying your mind. That's why observation is so important, because you observe everything outside, inside of you now. I mean it. Do you follow? By the way, your awareness has no boundary, has no limitation. By studying your mind, you are studying your awareness at the same time. By studying the reflection of the mirror, you are studying the mirror itself. Makes sense? It's my experience now. By studying the reflection of the mirror, actually you're studying the mirror itself. By studying the contents of the mind, you're studying the mind at the same time. Make sense? All these are established on the power of observation. No observation, no wisdom. This observation is your experience. It's not words by someone else or just written in a textbook. Now you can observe it through your meditative state. It's your experience now, so it becomes your realization now. Okay, 6 techniques of observation. So I read the Chinese first. 六起六观，译者摄境归心真空观。So basically means that your light of awareness or consciousness can shine over all the contents outside of you and inside of you, like a white bulb, 360-degree shining, giving off light. The whole world exists because of you. What? Yes, it's a tailor-made. It's a magic, holographic, holistic representation. 摄境归心真空观. So, like you're sitting here, using your light of awareness, shines on everything you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and think. Now your awareness is all-inclusive. You're aware of every content outside of you and inside of you, yet that's the 摄境归心. You know you're aware. The whole world exists because of you. There's light of consciousness shining over the whole world. That's the 摄境归心, the first four characters. Then 真空观. 真空 means you know everything you can see, hear, taste, smell, touch, and think are empty. Wow, you see. Oh, thank you, Master 贤手 or Master 法藏. Only these seven Chinese characters. I just, because I'm explaining the first one, right? I won't finish in this one video. I have to do it separately. So basically there's 6 sentences, and every sentence contains 7 characters. So 6 times 7 is 42 Chinese characters. Now I'm talking about the first 7 or first sentence. 摄境归心真空观. Maybe that's all we can talk about today. I will repeat. 摄境归心真空观. 摄境. 摄 means manage or control or understand, like you're holding a cup, a bottle. Hold, yes. 摄 has a hold. Manage, control. So your light of consciousness is shining now over the wall, the computer, my image, my voice, and so on. Also on your mental activities, your understanding, your reasoning, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and so on. So it's all included because of your awareness. So your awareness is like managing, controlling, holding all the inputs and outputs from 6 senses. Wow, so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Give me this chance to express it. And more important, thank for this master 法藏摄境归心归心 means the light of consciousness shines over the objects or contents of awareness, then they can come back. You're aware that you're aware two steps. You're aware all the contents outside and inside of you. First step. Second step, you're aware that you're aware all the contents outside and inside of you. So first step is like outgoing attention. Second step is like incoming or inward attention. There's a cycle here. Two halves make a complete circle. The first, 摄境, is like outgoing attention. Wow, there's a whole world here, phenomenal world, outside and inside of you. That's 摄境. Then 归心, you know your light of consciousness is shining, but now you're reflecting back. You know. You know, you are aware that you're aware. It's a second half of the consciousness. It's going inwardly. 摄境归心真空观. So everything you can see, hear, smell, touch, and think are empty. 真空, really empty, fundamentally empty, ultimately empty. So emptiness is the highest teaching, or it's maybe not highest, but it's very important teaching. It's not the negation of the phenomenal world. Okay, pay attention, be cautious. The phenomenal world are still there, is still there, but now you know fundamentally it's empty. It's it's interdepending, interpenetrating, right? All in one in all, you know, and it's subject to conditions. Everything exists in front of you, beside you, around you, inside of you. There's a condition. All the phenomena world, including people, buildings, cars, computers, cell phone, table, your body, your mind, your emotions, your feelings, are subject to certain conditions. So that's the power of observation. Once you can watch everything outside of you and inside of you, outside in terms of phenomenal world, inside of mental activities, you're kind of holding it, studying it, observe it, manage it. That's the power of observation. The whole world becomes your playground, becomes your laboratory, lab, where physicists can study the atoms, molecules, and so on, right? Every scientist, basically they have a laboratory. Where's your laboratory? The whole world is your laboratory. Because your awareness has no limitation, has no boundary. Everything you can observe outside of you and inside of you. Most importantly, inside of you, because the inside is your mind, your mental activities is where you you judge, you label, you reason, you calculate, you plan, you memorize, you know, the mind is the center of your world, right? All the dreams and desires drives you. All the dreams and desires drive you to do something. Make sense? Once you can stand your mind, you can stand the whole thing outside of you and inside of you. All in one, one in all. Once you can study one, actually you are study all. Make sense to you now? You see, because everything is connected, everything is interdepending and interpenetrating. Once you can study your mind, actually you are studying everything outside because it's interconnected, right? And interpenetrating. It's like inter-influencing too. Once you can really study your mental activities, actually you're studying everything outside, people, memory, situation, events, plans, dreams, desires, everything is here. It's here and now. You see, wow, so good, so good. It's like you zoom in by a microscope. The microscope is your observation, is your like a scope of observation. You can zoom in, really study yourself, memories, plans, desires, dreams, feelings, emotions, thoughts, and inner images. Sometimes inner image and inner sound. Sometimes because I listen to this mantra every day, so this mantra kind of automatically play in my mind. It's a good mantra. So I noticed this automatically played mantra, the inner sound, inner voice, inner music. I think it's you feel the same thing, right? If you love a beautiful sound, especially when you are musician, if you play some music, piano, guitar, anything, that song, a piece of music will reoccur in your mind. That's what I'm saying, inner sound. Maybe it's a dialogue, it's a monologue, it's an inner image. What I'm going to say is, once you can understand your mind, you can understand everything outside and everything inside too. Oh, this reminds me, the conscious only school or the mind only school in Buddhism, I mean. Wow. Wei Shizong. So Wei Shizong, the founder of Wei Shizong in China, if you like some Chinese films, do you know Monkey King, right? Monkey King with a magic stick. It can grow very big or shrink to very small, and the Monkey King can put into his ear that stick. The Monkey King is a story based on a real history of Buddhism. So it's traced back to, so the story or the film is a Western journey, the journey to the West. Maybe you have saw that, you have seen that. The journey to the West. The Journey to the West, this movie or story is based on a true historical Buddhism discovery. His name is, in Chinese, Sanzang Fashi or Tang Seng. So again, it's happened in Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907, around 300 dynasty, which is really very important in in the Buddhism evolution. In this period of time, the Buddhism from India migrated from India to China and flourished. That's why I can talk to you, right? That's why I can talk to you, because of this history, because of this West, the journey to the West by Tang Seng, Sang Zhang. Why I'm talking about him? Because he was the founder of this conscious-only school. Everything is mind. It's all about your mind. Once you change your mind, you change everything. Yeah, it works. Once you change your mind, you change everything following your mind. Make sense? Maybe yesterday you have a idea, but now, today, you have different idea. Yesterday you have one mind. Today you have different mind. You change your mind, the whole thing will change. Your action, your attitude to that person or to that project will change, because now you change your mind. Mind-only school of Buddhism. You see? Thank you, Master Tang Seng or Tang Sang Zhang, the historical figure based on which the Journey to the West, the movie of Journey to the West, can be, filmed. I just improvise because I never thought in this way before. But now I'm talking this mind. Then I remember, actually, this master Tang Seng has, he traveled from China to India, crossing Himalaya, crossing the plateau between West China and north of India. It's very tough job. So it's around 1400 years ago, 1400 years ago. If you want to travel alone from China to India, especially there's a Himalaya mountain there, right? Huge mountain, block your way. So he goes, either you go to south through an ocean, or either you climb mountains or deserts between West China and the North India. It's very, very difficult and dangerous. This Master Tang Seng almost risk his life to travel, not for gold, not for gold rush, not for wealth, not for fortune, not for fame. For what? For the ultimate truth. Now I truly understand him, why he made this decision to travel 1,000 kilometers, at the risk of his life. He really almost died a couple of times during the travel or during the trip or journey. You know how long he spent? Is 1 or 2 years one way and 1 or 2 years two way. And in total, he spent like 17 years, in that journey. 14 or 13 years in India, studied all the sutras, brought back a lot of sutras, mainly in Pali or Sanskrit, and later translated it, because he lived in India. He studied the local language. Then he became a translator too. You see, wow. Heart Sutra was translated by him, this Master Tang Seng. Without all these masters, all this great effort, we have no resources to study. Thank you, all the masters, sages, bodhisattvas, Buddhas, saints. Because of you, we can talk the truth, your greatest discovery, right in this moment. Their work or your work is worthy because now we can decode this ultimate truth. Your effort is not useless. It's really influencing my path awakening. Now I'm uploading your wisdom, your effort to you guys, YouTubers, anyone who can see or watch in the future. Now, nothing can beat this discovery of the truth, the beauty of life, the purpose of life. Nothing can beat this. Nothing is more valuable than this discovery. Thank you. Okay, so today I just explained 7 Chinese characters or one technique of the 6 techniques of observation from Flower Garland Sutra or Flower Garland School. As a conclusion, if you want to awaken, if you want to find that bliss, ecstasy, ultimate truth, the beauty of life, the ultimate wealth, health, the ultimate healing, you have to build the power of observation by yourself. No one, nobody can help you at this time, at this place. Your parents, your partners can only walk with you, but they cannot walk for you. Never. You have to observe. You have built up that power of meditation or observation or mindfulness by yourself. Awakening is your own business, no one else. Even God cannot help you. Even Buddha cannot help you. They can only guide you. They can walk with you, but never walk for you. That's why I'm talking about the techniques of observation. I'm only a guide to show you the way, but you have to walk the way. Okay, I only took one technique of these 6 techniques of observation, which is fundamental, critical in the path of awakening. That's all for today. I will continue to express the rest of 5 in the future videos. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Let's end this session in silence. Bye now. Thank you.